Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going today? So, I haven't streamed in a very long time, so I'm just waiting for some feedback to see how it's going and to see how many people are going to join. Okay, so it works. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, Dave. Hi, everybody. Does everything look good? Can you guys all hear me? Yeah, I'm just making sure. I haven't done this in a long time. Everything is good? All right, so I'm not really too concerned about how many people actually join me because the less the better, since you guys will be able to ask some questions and just a few guidelines, right? I would like to be able to stick to my technical analysis method that I personally use, which is like RSI, MACD, price action, Elliott wave theory, moving averages. And I don't really want to stray too far away from that because I don't know anything about Ichimoku clouds. I don't know anything about Bollinger Bands. So if you ask me about those things, I might not be able to answer. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. The less amount of people, the better, because then you guys can ask some questions. I slow the chat down to only one message per second. This way, it's not too flooded. So let's get into this. So the first thing that I do every morning is I open up the charts, obviously, right? So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my my Binance account here, and I'm gonna scan, and I'm gonna go to the fiat markets. I'm gonna go to USDT, and then I'm gonna try to scan to see if there's anything that pops out that will catch my eye that has moved maybe plus or minus, say 10% in the past 24 hours. So let's do a market scan together. It's really early still. We'll be done this video by like 11:15. So anything that pops up, Wi-Fi, we already know it's on our radar. We're looking for something new. And this process should take about 2 or 3 minutes. So now we're like, what the fuck is SKL, right? So that's going to get on our watch list right away because it's over $30 million. It's leverageable and it moved 25%. So that's going to get on our radar right away. So click up here if you guys are not familiar. This opens up your watch list. Click on the plus button here and type in, wow, that's how great my short-term memory is. I didn't remember what coin we were on. SKL. It's all that pot. I'm not kidding. And all that crack. I'm just kidding. There's no crack. It's just cocaine. Just joking. It's neither of them. It's heroin. Okay, so now that we got SKL on our watch list, let's just give it a quick glance right now. So what is it doing? Is it doing anything? Oh, I have to change my mouse settings. Excuse me, we'll have to do it live. Otherwise, it's going to be really irritating. I would highly recommend that you open up your mouse settings, right? And go to your bind and macro alt enter. So I have a trading view macro. It's simply just alt and enter on one of my mouse binds, because then if I go to a screen, I can just click on alt and enter. If I'm on 6, right, I don't need to actually, or an 8, I don't need to go here and click on this little button on the bottom. You guys don't see it because the camera is blocking it. You don't need to go to this button every single time to maximize, minimize. You just go to alt enter, and that's simple. So let's just take a look at SKL really quickly. So it's moving quite a significant amount. Like, I don't know what that wave is, but holy mother father, that's insane. It's moved about 8-9% in about 9 minutes. So it's very volatile today. But the point of this morning scan isn't to just like jump into a coin 100%. It's to see where these coins round up. And that's the important thing. So let's just keep going down the list to see if anything. So we know comp is in correction mode. That's already on our watch list, pretty heavy. Okay, so we know that, whoa, what's this coin? 22 mil, it might or might not get on our radar, okay? T Fuel. So let's just add that on here anyways, since it did move a pretty decent amount. The more coins, the better. The more that we can manage, the better, because then we have a bigger selection of coins to possibly trade for that day. Let's say you're only like, I'm a Litecoin fan, and I'm only going to trade Litecoin. and I'm not going to trade any other coin. Well, sometimes Litecoin may not do anything for a week or 2 weeks or a month. So you have to have your options opened to actually be able to just see a vast amount of different coins, because these are eventually going to cycle. Some are going to be tradable and some are not. For example, we saw the big bull run starting in March, like ADA, TRX, all those big coins, right? And then they kind of went into a lull, like with Omizigo, like with VeChain, and then other coins popped up, like Uni, Dot, Dash, CVC, Alpha, those kind of shit. So then after this is kind of done now. So close it. We're done with this guy. Go to coin market cap. Anything unusual? Bitcoin dominance still hovering 61. Red across the board. Bitcoin drops to the $1,000. Most coins are positively correlated. All right, we get it. Done. Moving on. So now it's been about, how long have I been streaming for now? 6 minutes. So pretty good. 6 minutes. We nailed Binance, and we also nailed fuck, I forgot what I was talking about. Just kind of creating some things on the watch list here. So we're doing pretty well. So the next thing that we do is let's go to the crypto screener. You guys are going to see me forget a lot of things like in the middle of conversation. I'm not kidding. I'm like a pretty big pothead. I have to keep like little post-it notes to write things on each of my monitors sometimes when I'm trading. But, it doesn't really affect me that much. Hold on, what are we talking about again? I forgot. Just kidding. I'm not that bad. So the next thing that we do is we go to the crypto screener, okay? So just doing this from scratch, super fucking fast for you guys. Let's go to scratch. I'll teach you guys how to do it once. You can pause it if you want. This is the default screen that you originally see, okay? So actually, I'm going to reset everything. So this is the default. No, actually, it's not. Actually, I don't want to reset everything. It's going to take a little bit too long, I think. So this is how you should set it. Never mind, I'm not going to go through it with you. You put the 1 hour up, the 4 hour up percentage, and also the change percentage. Because the change percentage correlates to the day that you're on. The change percentage, you can only get like 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. So you need to have this column here as well, because you get the 5 minute, the 4 hour, the 5 minute, the 1 day, 1 week, and the 1 month as well. So I always open up with plus or minus. Okay, so this scan here is basically my plus or minus, minus 30 RSI or above 70 RSI. So I'm hunting for oversold or overbought regions right away. So I'm going to see what's on my radar. I'll type in USDT here. So now this gives me 9 coins on the daily chart that's above 70 RSI or below 70 RSI. Okay, so there's a lot of coins right now, but we know that a lot of these guys like Unfi, they're skyrocketing. T-Fuel, Inge, Wing, these guys are all on the daily above 70 RSI. So these ones are already all on our watch list, except for EGLD. That guy there, I'm not too sure about it because of the volume. But let's double check that one more time. I'm gonna kill it today. I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna make like a grand or two today. What was it called again? EGLD. My friend messaged me in the morning, and she's like, guess what? I can finally travel now. So I'm really excited to travel with her, because I've been waiting for her to be free for like 4 months because of shit going on. And then now we're both finally free at the same time. So we're like, fuck it. Let's just go travel and work somewhere. I don't need to be cooped up. Like, fuck. I need to be out of my shell. I need to get out of here. So anyways, so this is here. We already know Oh, what's Ava actually? Okay, let's double check Ava really quickly as well. Nope. EGLD, nope. Rose is a coin that I'm actually going to stay away from. I'm going to stay away from Rose because it has too many wicks. I don't like that. Let's go to the 4 hour now. Okay, this guy here, all right, this is pretty high up there right now, but it's not really moving much. CTSI. In 4 hours, it's only moved 1.25%. So must be on like a corrective B wave up, if I would just had to guess. CTSI, and the volume's shit, so eliminated. So the 1 hour, nope, none of these have moved a reasonable percentage, so now we're done. So I allocate about 10 minutes every morning to doing Binance, like just a quick screener, and also doing this as well. This one took a little bit longer than normal because I'm streaming live. So yeah, I agree, Adrian. Traveling is like, it's kind of important. I've been cooped up now for about 70 days. Actually, what's the date now? I've been cooped up since September the 28th. So that's like how many days now? 71 days? Yeah, I need to get out of here. I've saved a lot of money though. I think I've saved about $50,000 in 2 months. because usually I spend a little bit, and I'm just kind of glad to be home and not out and causing kind of trouble. But I kind of need to take a vacation now. Okay, so now I got two different screens. Let's get back to this, and I'm gonna keep on topic today because I'm only allocating 30 minutes to this video. So screen one, I can't go to Colombia because I would do too much cocaine and I would probably overdose. And I'm just being 1,000% honest. Like, I party hard sometimes. I'm just joking. That wouldn't happen here, Shad. So I got two screens, four screens. So the top left one gets, or at the bottom left one kind of gets the red priorities. These are my red priorities, okay? And they're very important. This is kind of like my backup red priority. And this one here is just shit that I'm watching on the top left monitor. And this is on the top right monitor. They're not important. So the main one that you should always have up is this guy right there, okay? That's the most important one, like a main screen that you're, where's my other one? Okay, a main screen of 6 coins, because 8 coins is too much. Like, you can't have 8 coins on a fucking screen. Okay, it doesn't look good. Just no matter what, there's just not enough, it's just crappy, right? So 6 screens is kind of nice, right? So we're going to go through these 6 coins today because they are by far our top picks. But we're going to actually rapid fire about 1 minute for each coin just to see where they stand, all right? So let's go with the heavy hitters. So XLM, it's now 15 days in here that it formed. Wow, good memory, Philicon, 15 days. And it finally broke to the downside. And we've been talking about that forever. Watch for the break up. Watch for the breakdown. All you had to do was basically draw this kind of trend line. And on higher time frames, it looks really nice, right? However you wanted to draw it on a higher time frame. You know, I kind of drew it on 8 hour because 8 hours looked really good. So as soon as it broke out of here, there's no way I was not going to short it if I was up. But I wasn't up. So I missed it. That was such an easy trade for people to have made 10% up to, right? Some people have waited 2 weeks to make this one trade where they're trading like $1 million for that $100,000 profit. XLM, exact same story. Okay? And the same story goes like this. Descending triangle on an 8 hour. 8 hours seems to be very popular this month. Okay? I wouldn't be skiing too much, JC. I would just be hitting the slopes and not the bunny hills. That's why I avoid places like Banff, Canada, if you know what I'm saying. So we fall out of this support over here. Okay? I'm just joking, by the way, guys. I'm like sober as a bird now since rehab. I hope you guys know that. It's just like shit that I joke around about. So then we fall out of here, just like XRP, 13% drop to the downside. So we go back up here, and I think that this was the throw over. So watch very carefully. Right here, a break up. Still, this resistance holds true, okay? And I'm not gonna deny it. So AVE is doing exactly what I thought it would do. Remember? I said it would get into this green box. I don't mean like that green box like right there. I meant like this green box like over here. And why? Because of this particular region right there, that region right there, and this region right here. And somebody DM'd me and they're like, bought it on your buy zone. I'm up 10%. And this thing was bounced pretty heavily, in my opinion. So I think that this is making some sort of like ending or leading first wave in here. So this is a very, very, very playable coin in the short term. So I missed this opportunity right here already. So the next move for me is to short it on a 5th wave touch. Because notice the 3rd wave is shorter than the first wave. Because by that deduction, we must assume a leading first wave diagonal. So this is going to yield a really nice short, probably like a 20% short in the next few days coming up. So Sushi does the exact same thing, except it's ahead of AVE. Check this out, okay? Actually, it might be in the same region. Like, so what I originally thought, actually, it might very well be. I'm not sure about this coin too well. Like, in my opinion, that's 1, that's 2, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this makes a 4. So I think that it's in the same spot where it's going to make a touch up here, and then it's going to fall down. So that's why I have them categorized right next to each other. That makes sense, right, guys? Right? So do you guys know this theory? It's the leading first wave diagonal. Okay, I'll just quickly go over it because I know a lot of you guys know it already. So the leading first wave diagonal basically goes something like this. Am I lagging, guys? Is everything okay? Actually, it's all right. Okay, that's good. Okay, so it goes something like this. It makes 5 touches, right? Where the third wave is smaller than the first wave, and then after that, it falls down. It usually falls down like hard. This wave doesn't usually catch it. Usually to even this wave over here. So everything is looking pretty good right now for sushi as well. So these guys are big plays. Like we're talking about plays that like over the period of like 2-3 months, and because of that, it's gonna be really big when they drops. We're talking about massive percentages. Sometimes when you hold down shift, it doesn't work accordingly. Like when you do shift to get the time, so you got to refresh the page. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Hold down shift, left click, and then you can do that for the time and shit. But you got to refresh. There's a lot of bugs in TradingView when you use it 16 hours a day. So Wi-Fi finally broke down. This was another really good short that people literally just had to wait for, okay? And I think the most appropriate one was like on the 1 hour where the death cross kind of happened and it pokes right through there. So these things people wait months for it. Hey, how's it going, Dr. Kev? So people wait months for it where it's like, yep, slope, 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 and they don't catch any of the shit because they're chicken shit without confirmation. Then they wait for that $1 million position for like 13%. They make like $100,000. You know, it's a lot. I know some people like that. Believe it or not, it's just how it is. So then waves. Oh wow, did waves ever take a big jump too? So why is it that everything fucking happens like between 3 in the morning and 6 in the morning? Lately, it's really been like that. It's been really irritating where I'm just not catching anything. Look at yesterday, okay? Like yesterday as well. All of this volatility happened kind of before I woke up on a lot of the newer coins. So this happened at 3 in the morning. Like I'm not fucking up at 3 in the morning, you know? All of these coins. It's really irritating. Look at yesterday. Look at no joke. Look at yesterday. The volatility happens like, before 10 o'clock, kind of right. It consolidates there. So I'm still getting up and getting ready for like, and then it's already 11 at noon and it's dropping. So I can't catch any of these coins that are just going insane when I'm still kind of getting ready for the day. But that's all right. Hey, Philicon, how much 24-hour volume must have in millions to add it on your radar? I only trade coins that have over about $20 million in 24-hour volume, specifically on Binance. Anything else, it's not good because I don't just trade on this account, right? I trade on another account as well on the same computer, my private one. And if it's lower than 10 million, and I also have a kind of a small group of friends I just chill with, if we all traded the same coin and it had under $10 million and like and we're in the leverage market or in the margin, we can really fuck shit up. Put it that way, right? The ten of like the five of us in a 10 million coin in margin, we can really heavily manipulate it if we wanted it to. But so we choose to avoid things under 20 million for those reasons because you don't want to go to jail. Spoofing is highly illegal in traditional markets. And one day if they adopt it to cryptocurrency markets as well, which they will, I don't want them to backtrack and be like, hey, this guy was caught for spoofing before. Spoofing is basically when you create these massive leverage walls to control the market how you want, and you don't really have any intentions of entering that specific position. It's more like blocking to drive the market a certain direction because you have enough money to. I used to do that back in the days with like Ethereum Classic, like 3-4 years ago on the Bitfinex, remember? And we would just kill every coin under 10 million. And then we realized it's kind of not cool to be doing that. Anyways, moving on. So now Inge, right? So let's go to Unfi. So Unfi reaches kind of the top. Okay, depending on the time frame that you're looking at it at. Okay, depending on the time frame that you're looking at it looks pretty good. But I don't think anywhere where we're seeing a double top. We're seeing this all across the board, very bullish. In fact, we're probably gonna make another wave up. Look at this crossover that's about to happen in 2 hour. It's already has the momentum to go up. Like I don't know, but this might make a pattern, right? So I'm waiting for some shit to unfold. Who knows what's gonna be? But I'm not touching this super crazy volatile coin that has a chance of liquidating anybody, and I'm not gonna be greedy and jump into it without confirmation. So right now, I don't know what this coin is doing, but this could be the attempt of a first impulse wave up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to see if we're going to break any relevant resistances right now. And I'll most likely be price action trading this coin. This coin earned me quite a bit of money in the past. Actually, no, it didn't. It made me lose a trade yesterday. Yeah, so this coin's very confusing right now, but it's clearly pulling like an XRP, right? Where it reaches the top there and it does some shit. And most coins are usually going to do that. I would love to go to Slovenia one day. That'd be like the coolest thing. I'd hit up like every brothel there. There'd be a lot of Laos people in Slovenia by the time I'm gone. I'm just kidding. So, Inge here is clearly on a run to hit this double top here probably. So, I guess all day, my mind is on shorting. I have to admit that. It's all on shorting, and I want to look for an opportunity that's going to rally too high, take advantage of people's greed where they're FOMOing. I want people to get severely liquidated today if they're in a long. That is the truth. It's not that I want you to lose, right? You have to think of the pocket. You have to think of like the market as a place where money is finite. It's not like I'm making free money from thin air when I make profit. I'm actually extracting it from your pocket if you lost. That's the truth, okay? So then if anything like that happens, they're doing construction outside and it's kind of irritating. So then like I want people to get liquidated today in a long, right? Because then if they get liquidated in a long and they're highly leveraged, that means they have to sell. And if they have to sell, then that's going to add fuel to the fire for a short position. So yes, I want to make profit. And the only way for me to make a big amount of profit is on a big dip, right? And for a big dip to happen, for a big capitulation to happen, somebody needs to be liquidated. That is unfortunately the sad fact of trading. So don't take it the wrong way. Like, I want you to lose money. It's more like, nah, I want to put money in my pocket and people to get liquidated. So this coin here is kind of on a tear, but the volume is really waning off. So right now, right, you look on the daily, it's like just really, really high. Yeah, Spain is on the menu, that's for sure. It really depends on my friend. I really wanna see where she wants to go. So the high for this coin is about 12.25, but I don't think it's going to be that significant. I think we're going to blast right through there, to be honest. I don't know where. So the majority of the day is going to be spent on price action trading. So I'm going to see what happens at this reaction right up there. It's clearly going up there. Like, clearly it's going up there. It's already too late for me to make another 3%, I think, in my opinion, because the R is too shitty. So then I'm just going to see the reaction here for Inge. And then comp took a pretty massive correction, right? Massive correction. And then it did a massive dip. So it's kind of in the phase of every other coin. Like, for example, let's go to Wi-Fi as an example from way back in the days. You know what I mean? I'm talking about way back in the days where, like, it makes a massive bull run. And then it just starts to, like, correct. And we don't know what the fuck is going to happen next. And that's kind of how comp is. A lot of these coins have made a mega bull rally already. Like, we're talking about like 80% for comp. Every coin has its rotation. So now I'm expecting this shitty part of trading where we get consolidation into some sort of pattern. Okay? What do I think? Uni, I don't really think much of it. I don't think much of Uni at all because these are shitty coins to be looking at. It's like, think of this logic, okay, Irshad? It's like you got a coin like Wing. Okay, that's literally jumped up 150%. Why would we give a shit about a coin like Uni that's been consolidating in a really shitty way in a stupid tight range for 30 days now? It's almost like there's a hot girl there. She's like a perfect 10 and the other girl's not. It's like you just don't give that attention. You don't. I know it's a really horrible example, but it's like why would you give something really shitty attention when there's something so much better out there? So it just doesn't deserve even my time to look at. When there's a coin that literally did 150% in 8 hours yesterday, and Unfi or Uni ended up moving like, what did it move? Ooh, it moved 10% in like 19,000 hours. So it's like, I don't give a shit about Uni, right? That's kind of the truth. And it's not going to deserve more time than other than a rant. So then Rose is a shitty coin in my opinion too. I was wrong about that entirely, and I hate Rose, and I'm actually going to delete it from my watch list entirely, and it's never going to go back on there. Because it's so ugly when it comes to these choppy movements with these ugly wicks that poke up and down and reject like 4 or 5 fucking percent in like a 30-minute candle. I don't like that. It's really ugly movement. It's heavily manipulated, and it's not a good coin to profit in. It does not feel like a free market in there. So that coin gets removed entirely on my watch list, okay? So Wing is heavily on my radar as well, right? But unfortunately, the shitty part about trading is that there comes a rally, and the rally comes to an end. And then there's a correction phase, and then it's like slim pickings in a correction phase. It's like, oh my god, I'm going to be trying to grind it while this consolidation is happening. And it's like really not fun. So what I like to do is I like to just I kind of like to just take a step back and just wait for these patterns to conform. And then once they conform, they're easier to identify once more data comes in, and we can generally get the idea of which direction to go. So right now, as it stands, if you were to ask me what coin right now has massive opportunity, oh right, these coins here, I forgot, ended up spiking today as well, right? They were doing pretty well. Right, these coins, they're still in the correction phase, right? We missed it already. We missed a lot of this shit. Everything happened yesterday. So today is the correction day. Like, if you had to ask me what coin there's volatility on right now, it's like nothing. Nothing yet right now. We missed the dump at 3 in the morning, or the rally. XLM, we missed it. So now it's like, we got to like really hustle now for the next possible move. So my next possible play might even be AVE. If this guy makes a correction back into this green box, I might be tempted to go into a long position for 5. That could be a pretty, but that's going to be a really slowly drawn out play. I don't want to be swinging this shit. I don't want to swing my dick around for like 5 days and get nothing out of it, right? So it's kind of like shitty. I don't want to leave my money in that coin for 5 days. It's probably a higher probability trade, but my logic is I can probably make way more in another coin in 5 days than holding it for 5 days. And what am I going to do for 5 days if my coin's tied up? Am I going to watch virtual reality porn for 5 days? It's probably not going to work out for 5 days. I'll probably be bored in 30 seconds. I'm just kidding. I'm a little bit different when I live stream. So now I go back to the drawing board, right? I'm like, where am I going to, if it makes another touch up here, I'm sorry I'm not interacting too much yet. Yo, am I still streaming right now? Okay, because I kind of disconnected there for a minute. They're doing construction outside. There's like a jackhammer. It's vibrating everything, and I'm losing connection, so I should probably end this soon. I do hold coins long term. I hold a lot of Bitcoin from like $6,000 ranges. I hold like a few Bitcoin, like, yeah, a good amount, put it that way. I hold Ethereum, and I hold XRP. And I hold Sia coin as well for Luna. And that's about it. So then, yeah, these are kind of my thoughts for the day. So I decided to catch you guys up quickly rather than, I record it and then I upload it. Takes like another hour by the time you guys see it even. So now an hour elapsed after I record, another hour elapsed after I upload it, and then another hour elapsed after you guys see it. So it's like, I don't want you to be 2 hours behind me. I'd rather keep it on point. So another move of mine is if Unfi makes another touch up here, I'll short it. Okay? If Inge... Oh! Inge! Finally, you're breaking it. So Inge gets on our radar. Okay, now let's go see if we can actually short this beast on futures. Okay? Nope, nothing here. Then I guess we're going to have to go here. I don't think I have anything. Oh, fuck, man. Inge only has $10 million, though. That's a coin I don't really want to touch. Like, it's got $10 million, guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can trade if you want, but and I can trade if I want, but it's not a coin I want to talk about publicly, because it can be easily manipulated. So Inge gets on the radar in a very discreet way. Comp, there's like nothing at all to even work on for comp. We missed it already. Not only did we miss the short down, which I did miss yesterday, but I also missed the rally up yesterday. So now it's very like discouraging. It's like I don't really want to touch that coin right now anymore. I missed all XRP, XLM, AVE, I missed it already. Sushi, I missed it as well. So now Sushi and AVE, it's like just waiting to short at the top there, right? Wi-Fi, maybe I'll wait for another attempt up here, right here, and then I'll short it. Like, because it likes to make an attempt to the trend line at the top there. and then it usually fails after it breaks out. So yeah, these are kind of my thoughts for today. Slim pickings, man. Some days are really good where it's like, oh, this coin's doing 30%. I'm just gonna short it from anywhere and make some money. And then other days it's like this where it's like, oh, I missed everything already. I shouldn't have slept. Maybe I'll stay up for the next 5 days and just drink a lot of coffee. So yeah, okay, I'll do some requests. Let's look at AVAX. Let's go to CoinMarketCap. So generally it's gonna go like this, okay? We always go to the perspective of day trader because I'm a day trader. I'm not gonna all of a sudden turn into a swing trader and investor for you. So if I look at AVAX and the volume is shitty, the first thing I'll probably say is the volume is really shitty. There's no point of even looking at it from the perspective of a day trader. But this is all right. 27 million on Binance. It's all right. Oh wow, it's actually surprisingly high. This coin snuck under my breath. AVAX. Good pick, sir. Mother, father! I just love. I love looking at coin. It's my favorite. My fucking favorite pastime in the world. To like know that I'm asleep and then a coin spikes up like 20 motherfucking percent. My favorite. Just love them. I don't know about you guys, but missing trades is one of my favorite pastimes. And my other favorite pastime is people bringing it up. Okay, so there's nothing I can say about this coin other than it's very bullish right now. Clearly, it's recovering. Clearly, it's going to make a retracement of some sort down, and I would want to enter a long position. That's usually how it goes, right? Makes 5 waves somewhere, wait for the big correction, get a dip on some relevant support wherever it lands, as long as you've confirmed that it's bullish. I'm pretty sure that anyone can confirm this is bullish, so the next dip makes a lot of sense for people to buy, right? Let's just say, like, the general strategy goes like this of mine. You buy on a dip on wherever you want, wherever you think is reasonable. Here's reasonable to me right now, if it were to retrace right here. Okay, I buy it on dip, and then I only buy like 25 to 50%, right? So then it goes up here, and then comes down, and then as it gets closer to here, on the breakout, that's where I'll add the majority of my position. As long as there's volume and there's confirmation of a breakout. So that's kind of how I play any coin that's volatile that I missed. So the cool thing about a coin that's still volatile is that you can still catch it. Not many people catch the first wave. It is the third wave that is the most impulsive. Okay? Remember that. The third wave is the most impulsive, and people miss the first wave because they buy it on a dip and then they buy on the breakout, which makes the third wave much stronger, right? Because they're buying on breakouts. That's why third waves are known to be the longest, and that's the one that people usually catch rather than the first. So yeah, how are you doing this watch list screens on Trading You? Sorry, Johnny Walker, I don't understand your question exactly. Yeah, I don't try to answer questions I don't understand. Sorry, man. Anybody else have some questions? EGLD. I'll check out EGLD. EGLD. I already went through alpha, man. Oh no, I didn't go through alpha. Sorry, my bad. I went through Aves and sushi. Okay, let's check out alpha after EGLD. Okay, let's go through this. So EGLD is nice. It's actually really nice. Oh, what's the volume at though? If the volume doesn't meet the criteria, it doesn't. See, man, volume doesn't meet the criteria, so it's like I want to stay away from it. So I can't really say much on it, but for anyone that's trading it, like we're clearly reaching a resistance right now, and if you want to learn a good way to treat resistances, just go to any coin. First one I'll think of is probably Litecoin. So Litecoin here gets to resistance. People are always going to hover at the resistance, right? So playing resistances is hard in my opinion, and that's kind of what EGLD is at right now. And I really don't like to play resistances at all. They're very unpredictable. It can go either way. Playing a resistance to me is kind of like a MACD at the neutral level. You just don't know which way it's going to go. And it's very impossible to predict for this one as well. So the best thing I can advise for anybody is to be a reaction trader, right? Don't be a predictive trader. Be a trader that can actually react to changes in the market so you can accordingly make change, plan around it. And then we're going to look at alpha next quickly. Alpha is like in the correction mode, kind of like every other coin. It's in the same category as like Wi-Fi, correcting, XRP, XLM. They're all in the same boat as Alpha. Those guys kind of rallied together around the same time. You know what I mean? And they kind of reached a high together like around the same time. I think December 3rd. No, they didn't. Around this time here, November 23rd. But Alpha made one more high. So this coin, in my opinion, like on the daily, it's kind of high, right? It's already crossed over right here, but we are making a hammer candle today. I think that there's more corrections coming down. We're only at the 382 right now, and I don't think we're that bullish to only retrace the 382. So then I want to see it get to, we're only stalling here because it's a very reasonable zone for a week where there was heavy price action, right? But realistically, I think it'll be more likely to get into that region there for support. That's kind of it. So I'm just reading some of the comments. Do you think the crypto will dump in December? I don't know. It may be. It hasn't only dumped in December. I'm not sure what you're referring to exactly for that. But like Bitcoin, it doesn't just dump in December. It does both, right? So just to clarify, like December the 17th, 2017 was the last day of the bull market. So it didn't just, sure, it dumped, it went up till the middle of December, then it came down. So it didn't just dump, just to clarify. It went up first and then it dumped. And here, it dumped, sure, but it also went up. So you saying that it dumped like every December, it's not true because it also went up in a heavy way as well. I'm just clarifying for everybody. So December the 17th, 2018, that's where the bull market began actually. So, and then last year, December 2019, that's where the bull market began as well, right? So it does both. So in my opinion, what I think is going to happen is we're going to have a, I didn't mean to be rude there if I was clarifying in any way. I just don't want people to have the wrong ideas of what I think about December the 17th. What I think is we're going to have a really nice bull run for the next 10 days. And then that's it. Not even 10 days, like for literally eight more days is the bull run. Probably going to make a wick above 20K, if I had to guess. And then after that, we're going to see some bearish corrections. So yeah. Other than that, guys, I'm going to end the video. We stayed on pace here, about 30 minutes. Yeah, no, I don't, okay, let's take a look at T-Fuel. Someone just asked me about that. I may as well. So I don't like to look at coins on a daily. That's been rejected for 30%. It's a really ugly coin that seems heavily fucking manipulated. I mean, how the fuck, okay, answer this question. It's not rhetorical in any way. How does a coin go up? How does a coin literally go up in 21 minutes, 30 fucking 5%? Unless it's heavily manipulated by one specific group or individual. There's no way that the market would catch wind of this wave that quickly, unless it's all algos, which not everybody are algos, right? There's a lot of retail investors out there, not just institutions. So this is a heavily manipulated coin, in my opinion. I mean, that's what the market is all about. It's like, hey guys, what you doing today? What do you feel like pumping? Let's get together with our $30 million, you know, position sizes that we can take. Let's just pop up a coin and dump it everybody. Oh yeah, that's exactly what we'll do there in this 1 minute candle as well. We'll dump up the majority of our purchases in a 1 minute candle, dump it 10%. Do you really want to trade a coin like that? Where the greed is so powerful, where you can make a shit ton of money, but you can also wipe it out just as fast. There's a delicate balance between your greed and your safety, right? And there's no way I'm going to touch a coin like T-Fuel until it calms down. It's not like I'm going to jump into the coin and be like, hey, this coin's so great. Look how well it's moving. I don't operate like that. I operate from like, hey, I can make money from a safer coin. And I have done so very successfully over the past 4 years. What's the difference, right? So, okay, let's go to Theta. Theta, I've been looking at it kind of here and there, but not really because the volume's so shitty. Oh wow, it picked up 35 mil, leverageable. It's really choppy. Oh gosh, it's an ugly ass coin. Shit, it's ugly, man. You don't want to look at a coin like that, in my opinion, because it's almost as shitty as TRX. You don't want to look at a shitty coin that kind of lulls like that for a long time. It just looks ugly. In my opinion, it's not a hot coin at all. Want to see a hot coin? This is a hot coin. Like, this is something that has nice formations that can be easily identified, right? Theta to me is like a sloppy Omize Go slash TRX slash Neil that I wouldn't put my dick within 10 inches of. That's just my opinion. It's too sloppy. I don't want to go on to a coin that on an 8 hour that has wicks galore. I know some people like big wicks and they cannot lie, but there's no way. I'm not trading on Bitfinex anymore because it's a shitty coin that has rumors of insolvency, that has no liquidity. Their interface has been outdated for like 3 years now. They're not integrating anything new. They don't have a futures market. The liquidity is so crappy. There's constant errors, like some errors for withdrawing sometimes. It's like 1 in 10 times that's happened to me before. So I'm just not a fan of Bitfinex. Bitfinex is a great exchange if you want to lose all your money at, because one day they're just going to go kapoof and you guys are going to be like, fuck, I wish I was on Binance. So yeah, Theta, I don't want to trade a coin where there's wicks of like 4, 5, 10% rejections. It's worse than Rose, right? So like, it's not alluring enough to me to be like, hey, since December the 1st, this coin went up 30%. It's more like, this coin's not stable. This coin's got some mental issues. It's got like, not that there's anything wrong with mental issues, but I'm saying this coin needs to get checked out at a hospital by a professional because it's got too many wicks. It's not stable in any way. It's kind of like a lot of coins that I see, I go for the safer ones because I want to eliminate my risk and trust. So anyways, I'm going to end it here. Have yourselves a great day, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope that this helped you in some way